Michigan State quarterback Aidan Chiles, he joins the show. We talk everything from spring practice, who has been surprising him on the football field, and what is his hidden talent, all that, so much more. Let's go.
You are Locked On Spartans, your daily podcast on the Michigan State Spartans, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Game off, we got to talk more about Monopoly Go, this fast-paced game that lets you team up with friends for tournaments to unlock awesome prizes like unique stickers for trading, cool playing pieces, and hilarious emojis for taunting your friends. Download Monopoly Go for free on Google Play or the App Store. It's game on with Monopoly Go. Spartan friends, Spartan family, Locked On Spartans listeners, thank you all so much for tuning in to Locked On Spartans, your team in green and white 5 days a week. Please rate, review, subscribe, comment below. And hey, if you ever want to reach out, LockedOnSpartans@gmail.com is the best way to get a hold of us. If you have any questions, comments, segment ideas. Now, enough of that, all that housekeeping work. All right, let's get to the guy that you are really here for, MSU quarterback Aidan Chiles. An introduction here would be absolutely useless. This is a guy that you are all thrilled to see sling the ball around the yard in Spartan Stadium this fall. The one, the only, Aidan Chiles. Aidan, thanks a ton for burning up some of your time here with us, man. How on earth are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
So you've talked to a lot of media types over the last few months. Let's just start this right now. Help me help you. Is there a question that you're already tired of answering in your time in East Lansing?
Yeah, like why I came here is one of them, you know. I mean,
all right. let me cross that off really quick. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll try to work around that one. No, that's fine though. Guys,
the basketball game too though. That one. I just, they've asked it a lot and it's the same answer every time. So
yeah, it's just cool, like people chant your name, never a bad thing. All right, so now that those first two questions that we're going to ask are knocked off, let's go to the next one. Let's start with spring ball. Spring practice. And look, in the spring showcase on Big Ten Network, I'm watching, and you look solid out there. But there is one thing we have to bring up, and we're going to start with a hard question here. The softballs will come later. There was one connection that was a little alarming that hopefully we're working on for this offseason, and that is you and Zeke took a little bit to connect here on the Frisbee throws, man. Like, was that on Zeke's fault? Was it a windy day? Or what? Like, who are we pointing the finger at for the Frisbee tosses?
Nah, I was never really taught to throw a Frisbee. I never knew how to throw a Frisbee. I mean, I knew how, the easy mechanics, basic mechanics, but it's a dog
Sure.
and it's not a human. So got to get right. I just got to get right with him. So we're going to practice on all season.
Okay.
Yeah, we got it.
Start making some chemistry early off the bat. Away from actual, dogs that you're throwing to, let's talk about Spartan dogs that you're throwing the ball to, because a lot of talking heads like me, we talk about, chemistry with receivers. New quarterback's in, he's meeting the receivers. Will the chemistry be there by the fall? How important is chemistry actually between you and a receiver? Or is that just something that we kind of just overhype a little bit?
No, not at all. It's very important. I mean, coming in, my first few times throwing with the receivers, I missed a couple balls because, I don't know speeds yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
And we don't watch film on how they run routes and everything, and I didn't see everything. So just learning every player and their differences and their similarities, just being able to get them the ball and knowing where they're going to be, it's a lot. It's a big part of the game for sure.
How quick does that take to really connect, though, with the receiver? Is it a thing where you already feel comfortable after just one spring session with 15 practices, or is that even something that you're going into the summer being like, all right, we got to fix this up a little bit?
No, for sure. We got to work on it consistently. Like, even when we do have it down, we still got to work on it. But the biggest thing is, you could have connections on certain routes and then another route. A new route we put in 1 week, and now we have to just we missed it all week. So, we have to work on these things. And the biggest thing really is knowing speeds, just being able to get the ball out when your receiver's going to be there or where to throw the ball, So it's just that's the biggest thing. So you just have to keep working it all season.
What's the biggest area of growth that you saw yourself have this spring? Obviously, same coach staff as last year. You already have 1 year under your belt, but where did you grow the most in these 15 practices?
Really, I wouldn't say my mindset just yet. I mean, my mindset has always been I feel like I've always had a good mindset when it comes to football, but more just the maturity in how I play the game, not leaving the pocket so early, not trying to take off too early, just being able to stay in the pocket, move around in the pocket, and get the ball out. Try to be more of a thrower instead of a run-first guy, just prove that I can do those things, which I know I can, but, I just have to prove that I can do it on a higher level.
And I mean, there's plenty of things that you can do at the high level, just like the legs that you're talking about, the big arm, of course. That's why Michigan State fans are so thrilled to have you here in East Lansing. Now, it wasn't a dramatic portal season for you at all in the winter. Obviously, hey, you picked Michigan State. We all know this. Did any part of you, though, just want to make this a little dramatic and be like, oh, no, hey, here's my top 5. Here's my top 3. Like, you're not a drama guy, are you?
Nah, I entertained a few schools. Like, I talked to UNC. I just wanted to hear what they had to say. And then I was woken up by BYU. I wasn't going to BYU, but I was woken up by BYU first day in the portal. I've talked to a few schools, but overall, everybody knew where I was going. Talked to Arizona State a little bit, Kenny Dillingham over there. But everybody knew where I was going, really. And it was just I wasn't here to just, start all this drama and be like, oh, Coach Smith, like, mess with Coach Smith head, mess with everybody.
Right.
And they know where I'm locked in. So I was just here to play football, and I knew what I was going to do, talk to my peoples about it, and we was all good.
Well, we thank you for that because, we did enough of the drama stuff in the last football season. So, just to have number 1 ranked quarterback in the transfer portal hop into Michigan State, no sweat at all. Thank you. We appreciate you already, even before you throw a pass here at Spartan Stadium. Now, the spring portal window, obviously, there's some frenzy to it. It's not as crazy as the winter one, but did any school, you don't have to name drop the school, obviously, did anyone reach out to you and for a last-ditch effort be like, hey, we're available if you want to jump in here? No,
school. They know. They know I'm locked in, so it's good.
I was going to say, like, after the USC back and forth, like, it's probably pretty definitive that, this is going to take a lot to pry you away from Spartan Stadium. Even in the original transfer portal cycle, when you jumped in, did Smith have to recruit you at all whatsoever, or was it just like, hey, I'm going to East Lansing right now, see you in a little bit?
Most people know, like, I told Smith earlier, like, when I first started hearing rumors, I was like, hey, whatever happens, I'm with you. Like, that's just how it works. So, he didn't have to really recruit me. He talked to other schools about it. He talked to me about it. I talked to other schools, like, he knows, but like, it is what it is. I knew where I was going.
And how has Coach Smith been since coming to East Lansing? Because he seems like a pretty even-keeled guy, not a lot of emotion, but these have had to be stressful weeks on him. Has he changed at all from Oregon State? Does he seem a little more frenzied, or how's he been here?
I haven't really noticed. He keeps his poker face on a lot, So, he's a cool dude. He doesn't really get out of, he doesn't lose his head anytime. So, I haven't seen him change that much, but if he has, he's doing a good job of hiding it.
How about Brian Lindgren? Is he, like, emotional at all? Because it seems like, again, good poker face and Jonathan Smith. Tell me some coach is at least like an emotional roller coaster in that locker room.
Nah, Lindgren's not emotional, but he shows emotion. But I wouldn't say he's emotional. But he'll be like, there's times where he'd be like,
sure,
he shows it. But overall, most of our coaches keep a level head. There's times when they need to be assertive and need to be firm with the coachings and teachings. But most of the time, our coaches are all cool.
And as far as other guys that followed from Oregon State over here, Jack Velling, Tanner Miller, of course. Let's start with the tight end, though. What is it about him that makes him special? Because us in East Lansing, we are very thrilled to see like a versatile tight end. But what do you see just as the quarterback throwing to him?
He's just a guy that's always open. Like it's really weird. Like this spring, like you didn't see it in the spring showcase. Like we didn't get him the ball that much, which it kind of sucked. But overall, like if you go through the whole spring, like it's really hard to just guard that guy. But not even in the way that you think. It's more just like he's always in the right areas. He's always in the right spaces. Like, and he makes the plays, and he can make the play after the catch too. So like he's just a good athlete. So it's really fun throwing to him. It's like a receiver at tight end. Same thing.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah, we could use plenty of those over here. Still more to come with Aidan, but first, got to pause here to talk a little more about Monopoly Go. And I know what you're saying, flag on the play. Matt, you've already talked about that for quite some time now at this point, but there's just so much good stuff in this game. In Monopoly Go, you can team up with friends for time tournaments where you work together to build up each other's boards. The more you win together, the more awesome prizes you unlock. And there's so much to get, like Unique stickers you could trade with your friends to complete big albums for big prizes. Cool new playing pieces to travel the boards with. Hilarious emojis for taunting your friends when you smash your buildings or heist their vaults. That's right. You want to be a good friend, a good teammate, or you kind of want to, rub your friends the wrong way. It's up to you in Monopoly Go. Monopoly Go feels new and exciting every day with constantly changing tournaments and challenges. A ton include their own unique mini games like digging for treasure or robot pachinko machine. And there's always new timed events that helps you win big, like massive multipliers for everything you win or rent frenzies. There's always something fun to discover in Monopoly Go, so get off the bench and go download for free right now in Google Play or the App Store. It's game on with Monopoly Go. Speaking of athletic, who surprised you the most so far this spring? Whether it's, so that you're thrown to or maybe even on the other side of the ball, who's really caught your attention?
Surprised me. Honestly, Wayne Matthews. We talk about it a lot because I tried to test him in the first few days of spring, and he was just like, he's a good man linebacker, and I haven't seen like man linebackers like that before,
Yeah.
So he's a good man linebacker, but we got him in a spring game. I don't care. He says it was a pick. Oh man. But Wayne Matthews, he didn't surprise me, but he surprised me with his man coverage. But I knew he was a good linebacker.
No question at all. And so, Wayne Matthews, he's a transfer. Obviously, you guys have plenty of transfers. You are one of them. I'm not breaking any news here. But even just a few months at a new school, do you already feel like that you have the leadership role, or how does that all work with your situation, being a younger guy, but you're the quarterback? But do you feel obligated to take that leadership role, or is that a natural thing for you?
I don't feel obligated. And sometimes I feel kind of out of place, being the younger guy. But also, It's not even. I wouldn't even say the leadership's just on me. I'd say the team, the team is just all. Like everybody who's here right now is collectively just a leader. We all are here to make each other better. And I'm not here to boss people around. I'm not here to do that. But I'm here to be with y'all. Like if I'm gonna lead, I'm gonna lead with y'all. I'm not gonna be around. Like I'm not gonna be on top of y'all and y'all just follow what I do. So it's but it's all a collective thing. Like we all work together. We hold each other accountable. If I mess up, they let me know. If they mess up, we let them know. Same thing. So it's really about the accountability of the team.
And what are you able to do over in the summer? Because from what I understand, you're back home in California right now. I don't think you could just fly out receivers every single week and then throw to them. But what are you able to do, whether it's just individually or with your team, the next few months before the fall camp opens?
We go back. We have lifts and everything. We're all trying to take a break right now,
Yeah.
Well, especially last year, I got used to it. But like from high school to college, like I never put pads on in the spring. So
okay.
That's different. But now, I'm used to it, but we do need a little break. And I think we're all just taking it easy right now, but we're still perfecting our craft, keeping everything. Like we're still working individually, but when we bring it all together, I think we just come back, throw a little bit. We're still on break when we come back. So we're going to throw a little bit, get right, and just work on timing and everything and get stronger, get faster, and do what we got to do.
Right on, and just coming ripping and roaring right into fall camp here. I was listening to a few interviews, before hopping on this call and chatting with you, and you were hopped on Justin Spiro's show, Spiro Avenue, and you said that, USC came calling, obviously, right? And you came to Michigan State partly because instead of just stepping into like a fancy place that already has all the bells and whistles and just has just everything laid out in front of them, you're one that likes to build something. Like, have you always been like that, or what has that chip on your shoulder that you just want to make something for your own?
I've always been a dude that people don't think I'm going I don't know I don't know the words, but people just they expect less from me, certain people, of course. But I like that, I like being able to prove people wrong. I like being able to come in somewhere and build something and show that we can do this, high school, Downey High School, nobody expected us to win anything.
Right.
We lost to our rival, which was tough, but we came back and we won the CIF championship. Oregon State, we wasn't, I don't think we were supposed to win 6 games, they told us, and then we went in 8-4. I didn't play as much, but still, I just like the fact that nobody believed in us. And then the same thing here, people think we're going to win 5-5 or 5 games, and no, oh my goodness, I can't talk, I'm sorry, nothing more.
No, you're good.
But I just like that. I like that we can go in as underdogs and people can underestimate us, and that motivates me to an extent. So
And individually, obviously, hey, fans like me, we're fired up to see you play this fall because you bring electricity to the field at the quarterback position. That's going to get a lot of people fired up here, Aidan. I'm sure you know this very well. And we get the question all the time, like, oh, what do you expect from him? Like, what would be a good season from him? So how about I just ask you? You know what? I'll just take the pressure off my shoulders. Like, what would be a good season for you? What goals do you have laid out for this upcoming season?
I have no individual goals. I want to win games. I just want to win games. Double-digit wins. That's the goal, of course. Conference really start, but it's really one game at a time. We'll take it week by week and just win every week. That's our goal. Win every week. I don't want the individual goals. I don't care how many yards, how many touchdowns I throw, as long as we win in the games.
There we go. And just have the Izzone chant your name even louder, which I'm sure is definitely at the top of your goal list, right? I mean, that has to be. Come on.
Nah.
So is it how? Because obviously people knew you at Oregon State, right? And people know you here. The whole fame thing, like, was that easy to adjust to, though? The fact that, like, holy crap, like, a lot of people know who I am, or is that still something that you're kind of getting familiar with? Hopefully that's not too close to the Izzone question. I know I'm towing a line there, but what has that been like for you?
I mean, Oregon State, it was different. It was more of a quiet, like, older town. So, like, a lot of people really just came up to you and they're like, oh, can I have a picture? Can I do this? Can I do that? Until, like, during season, and after the game or something. But here it's different. Michigan State, we signed autographs at the spring game. And after the game, I was the last one off the field signing autographs. And, it's a lot. But at the end of the day, it's also I'm grateful for it because, I wanted to be in this position and this was what I chose to do. But it can get tiring, it is what it is. But it's cool. Like, it's just cool knowing that people believe you, look up to you, support you. Man, that's really what it is.
What's the weirdest thing you've autographed? Was there any item that you're like, this is even too bizarre for me, or no?
No, not yet. Nobody's asked anything. Nobody's asked anything. We're good. Yeah.
Okay. You're not signing like a little like children's forehead or anything like that. Okay. That's good. Like a shoe right off their foot. Okay. Well, that's good. We'll work our way up there. We'll see what we got here for this football season. This has been an awesome chat. Again, really appreciate you burning up some time here in this off season. To end this, we got a 2-minute drill. I'll fire some questions at you, rapid speed. We'll see how much we can get in within 2 minutes. Because we're going to pressure cook you here. This is how we keep you fresh in the off season, Aidan. So I expect a thank you from Jonathan Smith once this is over too. Are you ready for this though? Are you ready to go?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Favorite NFL quarterback?
Was Cam Newton. But right now, I'm saying right now?
Sure, yeah.
I don't know. I like Patty.
Okay, that's hard to disagree with. Favorite MSU jersey?
The black, all black.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Teammate that you would drive with from East Lansing to California if you had to?
Jordan Turner or Nick Marsh. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Favorite East Lansing food spot right now?
The Graduate.
Okay, that's a nice spot. Nice little view there. Most intimidating coach that you have?
Coach Wilt. Like, you're not intimidating, but yeah. I mean, yeah.
Straight edge guy. That's right. Okay, on the other end, funniest coach that you guys got?
Coach Blue Adams.
Okay, there we go. And favorite route to throw to a receiver?
Post ball.
Okay, there we go. Least favorite route that you have to throw to a receiver?
Opposite hash out.
Okay, team that you play with in Madden the most?
I hate Madden now.
It's not that great, yeah.
Eagles.
Okay, and then last one, hidden talent that you have. Surprise us all here. Is it frisbee throwing? Were you just sandbagging that one day, or what is it?
Nah, I speak Spanish. Yeah.
I feel it'd be so corny to just say, all right, give us some right now. But like, how fluent are you? Is it?
I went to school from kindergarten to 5th grade for Spanish.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm fluent in Spanish.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Well, there you go. How about that? Ending on that one. I wish I could end this with a Spanish sentence, but Laura knows how the 3 years of Spanish I took in high school went. It did not go well, so I really just stumbled to the finish line here. But Aidan, hey, really do appreciate you carving out some of your day with us here. Best of luck this offseason. Best of luck this upcoming season. Obviously, we are all rooting for you. And really, truly, Aidan, thanks again for making that such a drama-free transfer to Michigan State. Thank you. So appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Massive thanks to Aidan Chiles for hopping on the show right now. Also, shout out to his family. Comes from a great family, obviously, but they had a huge hand in setting that interview up. So, hey, guys, also thank you all for listening, subscribing. The fact that we get to have so many of you guys tune in every episode, that really helps us land big guests like that. So, cannot thank all of you enough. But hey, we still got some more to come, but first, need to talk your ears off about FanDuel Sportsbook. It is playoff time in the NBA, NHL. Baseball is in full swing, and you know I do love to fancy myself a wager or two during golf season. FanDuel is your place to bet on every single game. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed. That's right, guys. $150 win or lose. You're not sweating spreads, the over-unders. New customers, it's pretty easy, guys. $150 in bonus bets right off the bat. Bet on everything from slap shots to home runs to slam dunks, all on an app that is safe, secure, and super easy to use. And hey, if you are like me, you love yourself some horse racing, well, the FanDuel Horse app is also a fantastic place to get some wagers in right there. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com/locked-on and make your first bet an automatic win. It's FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Also, when it comes to buying tickets, my favorite place in the whole entire world to do it is Gametime, the app that is super easy to use. And my favorite part is here to save you money. Whether you know you're going to go to a game at the end of the week and you just hop on throughout the week to figure out where you're going to sit, they will have flash deals every time you open that app on some amazing seats. Or let's say you are a procrastinator and you're walking up to the stadium, the theater, wherever you're going to this event, and you don't have tickets. Well, I got good news for you. Over at Gametime, they have great last-minute ticket deals. You can nab some really incredible seats for an incredible price. Gametime is all about saving that money. So easy, in fact, that, well, guys, they want to save you money right out of the gate here. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Again, terms apply. Create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off. Download the Gametime app today. It's last-minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. All right, so before the weekend, Michigan State, their 2 defensive linemen that have transferred from the program, they have found their new homes officially. Simeon Barrow, he's going to South Beach. He has picked Miami for his next destination. And Derrick Harmon, we talked about, hey, you know what? Seems like Michigan State could be in his top 5. That was the report from On3. And it turns out they didn't get the gold medal there. He is off to Oregon, that I'm sure you probably know by now. So both those guys officially no longer with Michigan State. And look, I'm not going to rant and rave about it for the seemingly 17th time on this show. By now, you know my thoughts. I'll give you the short version of it. Can't fault the kids if there was a massive bag out there that they wanted to chase. I mean, you only have a finite amount of time to collect as much money as you possibly can if that is your top desire in life. And for many of us out there, yeah, money's pretty cool. You know, we like that. You can't fault Michigan State because, well, they brought these kids back in the winter with very competitive NIL offers. They weren't willing to go above that price, and you have to respect that for a few reasons. One, the offers that they already had out there and were making after the winter portal trip that they both took were pretty good numbers stacking up competitively in the conference. Also, when, hey, they go out in the spring and then they maybe come back with a different, even higher number, Jonathan Smith wasn't going to come up from the price that they originally settled on in the winter. That would set a real rough precedent, I think. That would tell everyone, hey, next offseason, go in the winter, go ahead, get your number, we'll match it. And by the way, if you weren't satisfied with that, go ahead and just do it again 3 months later. So, yeah, it is what it is. My gripe is more towards the NCAA and just the fact that there are 2 portal seasons squeezed that close together. But again, guys, I'd sound like a broken record if I just did the whole passionate rant all over again. So, yeah, we'll take the diplomatic route. We'll say good luck to them. That's pretty much it. I'm not going to go as far as saying, like, Spartans for life. What? No, that's not how it works, at least over in this household. If you want to go mosey on out of Michigan State, look, I'm not a monster. I'm not going to wish injury upon you, but I'm certainly not going to buy your jersey on draft day if that's what the next step of the profession goes to. But, hey, that's the Shakes. You know what? You got to cut ties off from a fan base if you want to go ahead and get that cheddar. Obviously, we will not be seeing Simeon Barrow this season unless they qualify for the Tax Slayer Bowl, which, if we know anything about Miami football, it's, I guess, very inbounds for them. But we will be seeing for sure Derrick Harmon and the Oregon Ducks early in October. So, yes, we will be reunited with him. Again, it is what it is. They made the decision that's best for them. It's business, baby. That's professional football for you. And college football, yeah, it's a professional sport now, as we all know. Now let's gear to our attention towards a nice spot in East Lansing. God, sorry, my words are jumbled right now. Tennis, historic tennis team this year. Unfortunately, their season ended as far as, the dual meets and everything like that. But when we say historic, yeah, that's not over-exaggerating. This was the first time ever in the men's tennis program's history that they got a NCAA tournament win. They beat undefeated Denver. Now, the season's over. They lost to Harvard 4-0 in the next round. But nevertheless, that's a big step forward for a Michigan State program that is coached by second-year head coach Harry Jadoon. I mean, Alan Haller has had some home run hires, in the Olympic sports or the non-revenue sports, whatever you want to categorize them as. And that's just another one. Men's tennis, or the tennis programs, both men and women's, they got a huge jolt too. All right, this was during the winter. The Secchia family, I believe, donated $10 million to that program. So Michigan State, tennis powerhouse, I think that's a reality. That's pretty nice work on their part. So it wasn't just, a great season as a team. There was also some individual accolades that we want to point out too. Ozan Barris, player of the year for the Big Ten. And then Aristotle Thanos out of Greece. That's right. That guy was born to be a Spartan. He was the freshman of the year so far. And we said that as a team, that their season is over. Ozan Barris still going to compete individually in the NCAA tournament here in a little bit. And then Ronald Homan and Max Sheldon still competing as doubles. So the tennis rackets aren't dropped for every single Spartan just yet. But what an incredible season for men's tennis. A sport that honestly is probably very forgotten about with a lot of fans. But hey, with their season ending in historic fashion this weekend, we just had to shout them out and shine a nice little light on them. Also, baseball, I know their season has been a complete roller coaster. We talked about beginning of the season. They beat Georgia. My God, that's very impressive. And then they had that series against Purdue where they gave up a few touchdowns each game. They got waxed by, I think it was Central Michigan. It's been a very up and down season for that program, but they've hit a little bit of an upslope here. They won a series against Michigan at home this week. They beat them Friday. They beat them Saturday. And as we are recording, they're actually going for the series sweep right now against the Wolverines. So just wanted to shout out those two programs to end this show. Folks, thank you again for watching, for listening. Rate, review, subscribe, comment below. And hey, more importantly, have yourself a fantastic week. Love you all. Go Green.